what it said, Almond Joy commercial, sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. That's kind of how I am with my fragrances. Sometimes I really enjoy a nutty fragrance, something that feels cozy, inviting, especially when it's colder out, the fall, the winter time, early spring when it's still pretty cold out. So, and I've also gotten messages before from you guys asking like, what's a good fragrance with almond or a fragrance with praline? And it just kind of dawned on me, this would be a great video idea to create something that showcases fragrances with almond. I've got one with chestnut, some hazelnut, pistachio, and praline. So if you love a good nutty fragrance, then definitely keep watching. My name is Sasha. I do fragrance reviews. So if you enjoy that type of content, I really do hope you'll take a minute to subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of this fragrance family. As I mentioned, we are talking fragrances with some nutty accords, and these are all really nice fragrances. Now there's a ton on the market, but these are the ones that I have in my collection that I'm going to share with you guys. And I thought the first nutty fragrance we would go over would be almond. And so having said that, I'm going to start with the first fragrance, and I'm going to not rush through this video, but I'm not going to make this a very long-winded video because I know you guys are busy. We all have busy schedules, so I'm going to make this short and sweet. All right, the first one is the Perfect Intense Eau de Parfum by Marc Jacobs. This is a really nice fragrance with lots of almond. And oh, I just think it's just beautiful. It's sexy, fun. It has narcissus, almond, as well as some sandalwood. And there is also a little bit, I noticed, of like a banana accord off in the background, just very faint, but nice, long-lasting fragrance by Marc Jacobs. One of my favorites from his house. All right, moving along, we're going to go to the house of Dior, and I am talking about the Hypnotic Poison Eau de Toilette. This is all vanilla and almond. That's pretty much what you're going to get from this. So if you're a vanilla lover, fabulous. If you love almond, it's the best of both worlds. This is such a great long-lasting fragrance, especially for an eau de toilette, which to me, they can sometimes be short-lived, but this one, oh, it just keeps going and going and going, projects beautifully. Sexy fragrance, love it. One of my faves from Dior, along with Dior Addict. I love that one as well. Moving right along with our almond accords, we have, oh, where did it go? Oh, here it is. Burberry Brit by Burberry. This is the Eau de Parfum. This has lots of lime that mixes with almond, a little hint of pear, and then you have some sugar, which gives it this really nice sweetness, vanilla, and then a floral note of peonies. Great fragrance, very inexpensive. And what I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to search the best prices that I can find, and I'll put that in the description box to make it easier for you guys, especially if one of these really stands out to you and you want to find it quickly. I'll go ahead and do that for you. All right, next with almond, we're staying with the almond, is Jardin de Misfa Eau de Parfum by Unui Nomad. This is a unisex fragrance. It is a niche fragrance. It is one of my favorite niche fragrances. This is just decadent, delicious, long-lasting. There's lots of cardamom in the opening, mixes with some spiciness that you get from nutmeg. You've got that almond and dates, and also rose, a soft powdery rose in the distance, but this is like those dates that you roll in the almonds and just devour. Oh, love this. Fabulous. All right, moving right along with Floriental Almond, which is by Dossier, but they changed the name to Fruity Almond now, and this is a dupe for Carolina Herrera's Good Girl. This is about 95% spot on. If you are on a budget and you don't want to break the bank, look into Dossier. They have a ton of fragrances that are reminiscent or inspired by niche and designer fragrances, but this one is so delicious. Opens with lots of almond, peach, vanilla, tonka bean, and cocoa. long lasting. Like I said, this is about 95% spot on for Carolina Herrera's Good Girl. Speaking of Good Girl, of course, we're going to go right into that. And this one is the Good Girl Fantastic Pink Eau de Parfum. This one is a fun little bottle, lots of like glittery pink on there. It's got that coffee, almond, lemon, praline, and patchouli. Great sprayer too, but I'm going to actually put some on. I don't have any fragrance on right now. Can you believe it? So now I do. But this is a really nice, fun, flirty, sexy, fun, everyday type of fragrance that I do recommend. And the bottle is really cute. All right, moving right along. We are going with Gourmand Ombre Vanille by Laura Mercier. This is an eau de toilette that is super, super long lasting. Again, another affordable fragrance, especially if you love the note of vanilla. Mixes nicely with that almond. The almond is not too strong in here, but it is still noticeable. You're getting some orchid, almond, also coconut. So it has a little bit of a tropical vibe to it. Sandalwood, vanilla, and amber. So great fragrance, long lasting, affordable, very, very nice. Now we're moving into chestnut. And I actually only have one fragrance in that category. And that would be Replicas by the Fireplace Eau de Toilette by Maison Margiela. This is a unisex fragrance. This is yummy, cozy, inviting fragrance for the colder months, the colder evenings. I think this one is absolutely fabulous. It has a really nice smokiness to it. It'll remind you of sitting by the fire, roasting marshmallows. It's kind of cold. You hear the crackling of the fireplace. There's sweetness. It's just, I don't know, something about this is just magical to me. It has lots of cloves in the opening, so the spiciness. Then here comes this chestnut that mixes with vanilla and a really nice Peru balsam. Again, for an eau de toilette, this one is extremely long lasting, which I love. All right. Now we're going into hazelnut, and with hazelnut comes Jimmy Choo's Fever by Jimmy Choo. Oh, this is so decadent, delicious. Lots of plum, lychee in the opening, that hazelnut that mixes with coffee and vanilla. Sexy, mysterious, flirty, a great date night fragrance, especially if you are with your significant other. They're going to just be planting their nose in your neck the whole evening because you're going to smell absolutely incredible. All right. Sticking with hazelnut, we have Angel Muse Eau de Parfum by Mugler. This is designated for women, but in my personal opinion, this should be labeled as a unisex fragrance. It does lean a little masculine in the opening, but then becomes more of a neutral type fragrance. Absolutely delicious. Pink pepper in the opening, a little grapefruit, and then you have this decadent hazelnut cocoa spread, which is very reminiscent of Nutella, patchouli, and vetiver. And I think that's that vetiver in there that gives it more of that unisex feel to it. Super long lasting. Love it. Yummy. All right, now we're going into pistachio. And the pistachio fragrance that I have, oh my goodness, oh, there it is. I thought I didn't have it on my table here. It's called Pistachio by DS and Durga. This is a unisex fragrance. Oh, this is so yummy. If you love pistachio, this is the one to try. It is a niche fragrance. Unisex right down the middle, the top, the middle, and the base notes are pistachio. So it is just loaded, 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 loaded. Long lasting, smells incredible. You'll smell edible, delicious. And it is one of those fragrances that really stands out, that is a compliment getter. All right, next for our pistachio, we have Solio Blanc Eau de Parfum by Tom Ford. And I only have a little travel spray of this. I'm trying to decide whether I want a full bottle or not, but this, has pistachio, mixes with some cardamom, a little coconut, gives it a tropical feel, and some amber. Sexy, unisex fragrance. I don't know. I might have to add this one into my collection, but Tom Ford can be so expensive. Our next nut is going to be Praline, and I do have an oldie but goodie. I have La Vie Belle by Lancome. This is my second bottle. However, this is not getting a lot of love from me, but every time I smell this one, then I want to wear it because it just smells so good. The problem is with this one, a few years back, everybody was wearing this one and it kind of lost its magic to me in a sense. It does smell really, really good. It is a staple in many women's collection. This has a nice black currant, some pear, lots and lots of praline that mixes with vanilla and tonka bean. Long, long lasting. You can choke someone out wearing this one. Do not spray this if you're going to be in a car with someone for a long period of time. Wait, spray it and wait an hour or two. Let it dissipate a little bit before you get in a car with someone because, like I said, you're going to choke someone out. This is very, very strong. All right. Next, we have Shaghaf Oud Eau de Parfum by Swiss Arabian. This is one of my first fragrances in my collection when I started my channel. This is really nice, long-lasting, unisex, affordable. Lots of saffron in the opening that mixes with oud. You get a nice jammy rose, and then here comes this nice praline that mixes with vanilla. I think it's a fantastic fragrance. I haven't worn this one in a while, and now that I'm sitting here smelling it, I'm like, oh, this is so good. If you get a chance, try it. I'll put a link in the description box. But a really nice, long-lasting unisex fragrance. Next, we've got Cloud Eau de Parfum by Ariana Grande. This is a great fragrance, especially for a celebrity fragrance. I really do like this one. It's kind of sweet and fluffy and yummy. Marshmallows, pear, whipped cream. I don't think there's marshmallows in here. Is there? I don't know. Maybe. But it has that praline in there that mixes with some coconut and musk. But a delicious fragrance that a lot of people say is reminiscent of Baccarat Rouge. I do see the similarities in there. However, they do have their differences. I would say they're maybe cousins to one another. But very affordable. Does smell absolutely delicious, feminine, just fun and flirty. All right. Next, we're going with... Oh, where is it? Ah, here it is. Angel Au Crocier. This came out in the 2020. It is the Eau de Toilette by Mugler. This was kind of designed for the people that like cruising on cruise ships. Oh, this is absolutely delicious. It has fig, praline, patchouli, and vanilla. And there's something so tropical smelling about this particular fragrance. I love it. I highly recommend it. I got it at TJ Maxx for $20. There was like 10 boxes. I bought it, went home and tried it, was in love with it, went back. It was, they were sold out of it. I mean, for $20, like, I don't know if I can find you guys that good a deal on this, but I'll look. All right. And then last but not least, we have La Nuit Trésor Eau de Parfum by Lancôme. This is an oldie but goodie. This is mysterious, sexy, smoky, diva fragrance. If you want to impress, dress to the nines, put this one on. You are going to be absolutely unforgettable. This is so sexy. There's pear, a little bit of strawberry, lots of praline, caramel. You've got a whisper of coffee and then this incense in here, which makes this really smoky and mysterious. And then they added licorice. And something about licorice in a fragrance just takes it over the top for me. I don't know. I'm obsessed with that scent, especially in fragrances. But this is a gorgeous feminine fragrance, long, long, long lasting, great signature scent, or for date night, like I said, if you want to leave that lasting impression. There you have the fragrances from my collection with those nutty accords in there. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I really appreciate the time you took out of your day to watch this. If there's any video ideas that you guys have that you would like me to do, let me know in the comments. I love reading your comments. Thank you again so much, and I'll see you really soon.